Aloha, how you doing today? My name is Sean Lopez and this is my channel. I wanted to formally introduce myself and give a little update and introduction to what this channel is all about and what I've been up to. I've definitely been slacking when it comes to putting out the content of the goals that I set for myself a while back, but that's all going to change, and I definitely want to have you guys kind of hold me accountable to that. I got hurt in January, tweaked my knee a little bit, surfing Jaws, and I've had a lot of downtime to catch up on all my work. Additionally, I've had a lot of time to catch up on the content side of things, editing and filming content. And we got a bunch of really cool stuff about to drop, so be on the lookout on this channel. I guess a little introduction to who I am. So, Maui born and raised, and I share this home with my awesome wife. I live in upcountry Maui. And for a living, I sell solar projects for Rising Sun Solar, from high-end luxury to workforce housing. I do a bit of project management on that side, electrical engineering, and just project development, and just basically seeing projects go from start to finish, all the way from signing contracts down to the last bit of inspections. Yeah, I consider myself probably a C-grade pro surfer. Never made much money at that, but I definitely, it's a lifestyle for me more than anything. I've really designed my life around having the financial and time freedom to be able to chase those good swells, be able to keep the body in shape so I can have the endurance and energy levels to be able to chase those swells and handle the wipeouts. I definitely train hard to be ready for the opportunity, because as a big wave surfer, you just never quite know when the next swell is going to arrive. It literally can happen 365 days a year. On the injury side, I got surgery coming up next week. Flying up to San Francisco to get it done by a friend of mine, Dr. Mossy. So I really look forward to sharing the recovery processes of getting back to 100% on the knee. What else? I definitely am a sustainability. Hunting and gardening are a big passion of mine. We designed our home as a sustainable living example. This home is part of our remodel, and we got a bunch of really cool things to share with what we've done for this home. So obviously it's going to be the solar, the garden, and the water catchment. On the media side, I guess you'd call me blogger, vlogger, photographer, podcaster. I've been behind the scenes for most of my life on the media side, doing production work and advertising sales. I cut my teeth with Mr. Mike Latronic. I consider him one of my gurus, with Board Stories TV and Free Surf Magazine. Ads, produced a lot of different cool projects with them. And now it's basically my turn to kind of produce my own content, my own brand, my own marketing machine, and that's pretty much what the Buoy Report is. So what is the core mission of the Buoy Report? So what is the Buoy Report? The core mission started out as documenting waves of energy. The blog started out as a place for my surf edits to live, a digital business card for all my projects and businesses that I run. But as I observed waves of energy, and the more I kind of got into it, I found and kind of stumbled upon the theory of thermodynamics and the law of conversion. And essentially is that energy could be neither or destroyed. It just gets transmitted on from one medium to the next. One vibration is being passed on. The more I've observed that theory, the more I saw it everywhere in the universe, especially within my life, and I started just kind of really paying attention to it and trying to document it. So with the law of thermodynamics and the law of conversions is what the kind of the essence is of what I think sustainability is. Being in harmony with those waves as those energies are converted from one medium to the next. Trying to be in harmony with those conversions of energy, if that makes sense. Especially when it comes to big wave surfing, you really have, or just surfing in general for that matter, is you really have to be in harmony with your position, your speed, your location, and your mind, body, and soul, ready to catch that wave. I think the same can be said with a lot of different other conversions of energy. And kind of the more I paid attention to that concept, the more I saw it alive and in practice in life. What else on this channel can you expect? Definitely fun surf edits. We're going to share what's all the things I see going on with the swells, the big swells at the Jaws, kind of the characters behind the scenes out in the lineup. I love to play with the GoPro nowadays. Any of the surf travels, chasing swells. I definitely try and hit a couple swells a year around the world. And one of the most obvious things you're going to see on this channel is a lot of solar stuff. A lot of case studies of projects and products, financial tools, regulatory and utility rules. The solar industry is a very dynamic industry that keeps me really entertained and interested. It's the biggest industry in the world. It's the biggest movers and shakers of the world. It's the markets, it's energy trading, it's oil, it's climate change, it's geopolitics, all wrapped into one. And if you believe in conspiracy theories, sometimes they're involved in this industry as well. But I definitely want to give energy market updates. One of my habits of the day every day is always checking the price of oil. Definitely there's a lot of cool financial tools out there to purchase solar. Energy regulation is a huge thing, especially here in Hawaii. What is the utility doing? What are the tax credits involved? What are the interconnection rules with the utility? And basically the PUC and all those little things wrapped into one. So next thing you can really expect of this channel is a bunch of things we're going to be sharing about this remodel of this house. We just finished remodeling and getting it livable, and now the next step is putting our own solar system on it. I want to share that. We're putting a Tesla Powerwall, we're going to do EV charger, and then the outside farm plan, basically the gardens, the fruit trees, the composting and all that, and essentially the resource management of this property. My personal theory when it comes to sustainability of the sign is really resource management of a property. You can score all the cool LEED points you want, but if you ain't managing your resources, you're in. It's a 1930s plantation house, and we plan to really bring it up to a modern sustainability level. I've reached out to a bunch of industry folk for products to be used in this house. Definitely batteries, panels, smart load center panels, and a couple other little really cool gadgets we got coming up. So the last piece is I also have my license for real estate. I'm a real estate agent with Hawaii Life. I decided to hang my license with them because they have a really cool program. I have a partner, Jeremy Stice, and basically I got my license for two reasons. One, just to really understand the real estate game and what it means. Two, is more of a lead gen tool for solar leads. I have a really cool intimate knowledge when it comes to new construction here on the islands, or just construction in general. I have deep relationships with general contractors and architects and the other real estate agents, and I had a really cool intimate knowledge of what's going on in the real estate market here in Maui and Hawaii. So I look forward to sharing a bunch of case studies within the real estate community. Anything of I think of value that needs to be shared, whether it's cool sustainable features, just really steezy properties, or a good view of the ocean. But just in general, really cool things that of value that I think people want to see. Last is I've been recording podcasts, the Buoy Report podcast, and I've used this as a research tool for documenting waves of energy and a theory towards sustainability. I've been talking to some very interesting people when it comes to high level energy. Obviously I've been talking to big wave surfers, but I've talked to a couple quantum physicists, electrical engineers, and energy management people in the industry, and then probably a couple woo energies just because they're really fun to talk to. And anything that's kind of relevant within the energy space. And when you say energy, it's a really wide definition. The goal is, and I want you, the audience, to hold me to it, is I am going to do a TED Talk, and I'm using this podcast as a research tool to talk to really interesting folk that are part of it towards a state sustainability. So I got about 12 right now recorded, and I'm going to start dropping them. Basically, to be long formats and short formats, obviously on the YouTube channel, and then all the other normal. So, call to action. So if this makes sense and it still sounds interesting, you've made it this far to the end of the video, please like and subscribe to this video. Please sign up for the newsletter. That's probably the easiest way to find out all the stuff we're going on, the real estate, the solar, any of the content we're going to be dropping. The second is any of the products that we're actually going to be selling ourselves. Me and my wife have a CBD company called Pico Science. We developed it for her retail store and my sister's wholesale showroom. Pretty steezy little female brand. It's been a really integral part of my recovery process. So like, subscribe, sign up for the newsletter. That's probably the easiest way. If you want to sign up for the newsletter, shoot us an email. Link is in below in the comment section, or you can go to my blog at the buoyreport.com blog. There's going to be a form. You can just hit it and say sign up for the newsletter. And I promise I won't spam you. It's going to be really interesting stuff that's going on within my life. At the end of the day, the Buoy Report is what's going on within my life in the energy space, documenting waves of energy. I look forward to sharing everything with you. Aloha.